And I'm saying that there's guys who are making the extra effort, but there's other things that no, some way somebody gonna have to overcompensate.
I can't find that disagreement, boy. He gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? But Hakeem, I'm telling you, the whole what okay, Hakeem, the whole point of making money is to have financial freedom, is to buy your time back, right?
Oh, ruthless truth.
I know he's gonna slices
Oh,
and dice
we
this.
can
No,
extend
my
this. We can extend this. We can extend this since ruthless
no, but
on.
I'm just saying, but that's the whole point of making money is to have that financial freedom, is to buy by the time that you're lacking. That's the whole point of making money, is to buy back your time.
No,
So
not
you can
not
spend
all
more time on
millionaires.
other things.
Not all millionaires. Most millionaires work the most hours. Not all of them are able to buy their time like that. Trust me, especially if there's expenses that needs to be made, he's going to do 12, 24 hours a day. So he's going to lack in the participation area, not in the financial area. When he's not tired and he's awakened from sleep, then he's able to do it. But he has to go get the money. God damn, you ain't going to see him.
If
You
you're a
can't have
millionaire,
one or the
but
other.
Hakeem, okay, promise that if you're a millionaire, that's why you have assistants. That's why you hire people to take care of that position
Okay,
for you
thank
to
you.
go
You
do
just answered
whatever.
my question.
No, but I'm just telling you, that's what you have. No, I'm telling you, when you're a millionaire, so because you're buying back your time, I'm gonna
No.
hire people so I can go spend time on other
Not
things. That's
necessarily.
what,
You
that's what I'm
you might
saying.
have to be at the helm. You can't listen. Most millionaires can't just walk away and leave the business unless you done sold the business off. You got to be a stay-at-home dad to be there. You can't be working. If you a man, you want to make sure your kids have the best and eat.
Or work overnight. That's
Or
to
work.
me. Work overnight because you spend your kids all day.
Oh yeah, you can, but you'll be too tired to play with them.
And that's
I
that's
promise
when
you,
you
Hakeem,
that's
when you
when
have
you eat,
children,
eat good, bro, Hakeem, and work out.
but I'm telling you,
Listen.
When Hakeem have children, we're gonna watch this podcast
No,
again,
we got this.
reevaluate,
We
and
got
then you're
this.
gonna be like, you know what, you're gonna be like,
Listen.
Jordan and Ron is right. You know what I'm saying? I need to
eh,
spend more time with my child, even
No,
though I
no, no,
work
no,
a
no.
lot.
Listen. If I make sure that they have everything they want and I'm working 12, 15 hours a day and they say anything, fuck them kids.
I want to go ahead, Ruthless man. What's your take on this topic, sir? Good to have you, man. Good to have you on board.
Well,
What up,
I thought I
Ruthless?
heard y'all. What's up, Rolly Wrong? You know I'm representing today. You know that, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah, you
see.
see
I
it.
see that.
Look at me
I
right.
see that. I see that, big dog.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I mean I think we are. I think men we are so similar to women, right? In that we're delusional. Can y'all hear me? Or am I breaking up?
No, you hear it.
Yeah,
It
we hear
just
you.
we,
You
we
good?
we know there's a climax coming. That's why it got quiet.
Okay, so I mean today I was on a live with a few guys and they're talking about divorce is inevitable, right? The whole topic was about is divorce inevitable, and then I come here and listen to you guys talking about how a woman should treat her baby daddy, right? But I seen women treat their dogs better than they do their man.
Woo!
I mean, I think we got to come to the conclusion that women really don't like us like that. I mean, think about it. Think about it. The divorce rate of the amount of women that are leaving compared to the amount of women that are champion men, right? Oh, my husband's great. Oh, we have a great family. It's very far in between. So, do we continue? Do we continue to? I hear Hakeem and Ronnie Ron giving advice, New Jordan Era, Hassan giving advice to these women on how, but this is 2024, and we're in the age of social media information. So they know now. They know we ain't got to hold their hands no more. So the conclusion is they just, they was just using you for as the incubator to get the sperm out of you, and they was done with you. You're just good for sperm in the eyes of many, and even to some, not even that. But think about it. How did it change that much? Where you go from having whole family, right, going on dinners, right? We spending all this money, all these financial support, all this emotional support, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, right? Whole holidays for women to us leaving them leaving us at a drop of a dime if their happiness is in question.
I have a question for you, Ruthless. Do you feel like with all these holidays we're talking about, even International Women's Day, Women's Month, what 2 months ago and everything? I have a question for you. Do you feel like with all these holidays and also months, do you feel like when the women they feel they have so much empowerment, they look at themselves so much independent of saying, hey, since I have this power, since I have my own independence as a woman, why do I need a man? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, go
What
ahead.
I'm saying is, look at how they are, right? A lot of women don't respect their husband. They go out dressed half naked. If you tell a woman, I don't like the way you dress, she'll say, oh, you ain't the man for me. Right? If all this provision, protection, and all the shit that we are providing with the financial literacy, she's literally throwing it in our face that I will go out the house how I want to dress, when I want to dress, because you're really not that important to me. And that's the fact of independence. It's basically she wants you to be a slave to her happiness, a slave to her love, a slave to her. This is where monogamy is the gotcha moment. It's the gotcha moment. Because why? Monogamy implies that you need to only be with her and nobody else while she explores her happiness. Right? While she explores her way. So the independence, they get with it without you. Independence women get with it without you. They're their own individual with you. Right? They can carry your last name and they can still go out and pretty much do what they want to do, right? So men have given so much ground to these women. Now they're just walking the way they feel is best for them, what their happiness is. And at the expense of you, they're saying, for you to be with me, you need to basically worship me. You need to worship the ground I walk on.
Ruthless.
When you're in the mall shopping, yeah.
Okay, so me and Roni have this disagreement. He said that if a man is providing, he should be able. If he's providing, he should be able to still be there for his kids and give them time. I say it's impossible for some men to do that because they're working 12, 15 hours a day. They can't provide that's what the other parent is for. He said that he disagrees with me. What is your stance on it?
So you're saying that, now can you repeat that again?
So the whole thing with Gary Owens. We were covering Gary Owens, and Jordan Roni said that even though you're making all this money,
right,
and you spending all this money, you putting them in private school, and then you going out there getting a bag, you still got to spend time with them. I say, how can you do that when you're running around the world trying to make sure they're okay? He said you still got to be able to do that and overcompensate. What are your stance on that?
Drizzle, right?
It's time to PJ in the building.
Go ahead. We got to start making these women pay. If they want me to be a great everything, they're going to have to pay for me to stay home.
We're not telling you to stay home, Ruthless. I'm not telling you to stay home. I'm telling you.
No, I'm saying is, I understand what he's saying, but for us to meet their standards of time, quality time versus trying to keep the house afloat, right? That's a lot.
Thank you.
So you're telling me this. You want me to give you this lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to give you guys lifestyles, right? You want me to provide all this and do a quality time to what you feel is standardized, then okay, fine. Drizzle. Because I'm saying is I'm paying you to be the stay-home parent for the most part, right? And I'm not saying that's it's your job, you're supposed to do. I'm not saying, but ultimately, when we're dating and we're going through all the phases, and I'm picking you, this is also one of the requirements that you take upon a lot more duty than me because I'm providing the more financial stability first, also versus the mental stability and the protection part. So if she's saying if a woman is complaining that you're not spending enough time with your kids, then okay, what you need to do is go find your job and I'll stay at home and I can balance it. I make all PTA meetings.
But Ruthless, you're a millionaire. You're a millionaire. I'm just using an example. You are a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. You tell me you cannot get no assistance to cover you while you go spend time with your children? You telling me that? You are a millionaire, multi-millionaire.
But you gotta,
Gary is a multi-millionaire.
I understand what you're saying. I hear you, Ronnie Ron. I heard you the first 4 times. But what I'm saying is you got to think how millionaires think, right? A millionaire, when he's a millionaire, he buys everything he wants. So he's buying that woman. If he marries that woman, he's buying her, right? To do just that, what she does. If she doesn't, then he's going to outsource her. But his job, the average man is not going to sit there. We're not nurturers like that. We can do it, but that's not how we're built. Right? We're more.
But the key word, you say we can do it, but that's not how we built.
But if we got the money, Ronnie Ron.
Yes.
If the wife don't want to do that, guess what I'm finna go do? I'm finna go hire people, right, to do what she can't do. So once again, that's what my money for. My value of my money is the value of what my time is. So time is money. So I'm going to pay somebody. I'm not going to sit here with all this money and I'm traveling across the world to sit here watch a kid grow up. No, I'm going to pay for somebody. I'm going to outsource her, and then I'm still going to spend time with her. I'm going to spend a weekend here and there. We're going to talk, whatever. We're going to spend some time. It ain't going to be like I'm just told, but just every day, it's just not going to happen.
No, but I can't. No, but I can't say he say no time at all.
I didn't say no time at all. I say
that what you
can't.
mentioning.
No. I say you can't. You're not gonna be able to be there. You chasing money so they can have it. Like he said, you could be there a couple weekends, but you can't have it both. For him to be there consistently, he can't work.
I still disagree, man. I don't know.
He can't work.
Ronnie Ron moved the goalpost because he said the millionaire, right? He tried to move it to the millionaire club. 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, a person working is pretty much average, right? That's an average person trying to stay afloat. Now, a millionaire, he's flying across the country, he's flying around the world, right? So either way, bottom line is, if you can't handle me, right? If you can't handle who I am as a man, I'm not going to be. What's that movie? The Huxtables, the Cosby Show. It's not going to happen. The Cosby Show is not going to happen. Not going to happen. You get home from school, sometime I'm not going to be there.
And I know some people are still waiting for us to cover the Nick Cannon topic. We're going to cover that towards the end, so be patient with us because, some people coming in about why Nick Cannon is apologizing. We're going to cover that at the end, so we already got that there. So don't worry because we know we got that on the title, so we're going to cover that.
Let's get it, Ruthless.
From a woman's perspective.
Let's get it, Ruthless.
Other women, you in the chat, you can chime in too. Ruthless on his best behavior. I got him on a leash. He act crazy. I must get him out of here. No, I'm joking. I'm joking with you. Go ahead, Jesse. Go ahead. Because you wearing a rounds hat. I don't like the rounds. I don't know why he did it on purpose. He know I don't like the rounds.
How y'all doing today?
Doing good.
Good. How you doing?
Doing good.
So, I got a question, right? So, if this is the thing, right?
Who, Judge Jay? To everybody on the panel or just Ruthless?
Yeah, just in general. It's just a general question, right? Because we continuing these twerk offs. The men and the women is constantly having twerk offs. Now we sat here had a whole conversation about how children are affected by mothers and fathers' actions about the things that we do as adults, right? But we ain't took the time to say ultimately the children are the true victims because they the ones that suffer the most, right? But we say we about the children, right? But we won't take time to think about them because we too busy having these twerk offs. Everything sounds like a fucking Me Too movement. At the end of the day, it's no different than the men saying, oh, well, y'all slaves, the white zaddy and da-da-da. Okay, so a woman wants you to be a slave to love and all that, whatever this list is that we have, right? But at the end of the day, man slaves the box. I'm confused.
Shout out to Why High and be in the building, and also just hit me out.
Oh wow! Hey, just hit me out. It's been a long time.
In the building, but go ahead.
It's been a long time.
Just Jay question. Go ahead, Hakeem. You can answer it.
So just Jay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of confused, like with what you mean, because my stance is you can't have both.
You can't have both in regards to what?
Is either you want a husband or a provider.
You want a husband or a provider? What does a husband do? Help me understand your perspective.
No. A husband is, he might work 8 hours. He comes home every day. He's active. He's there with you. You know what I mean? But you're going to have to put in 50%. A provider is going to make sure you have the lifestyle you want, but he's going to be absent. He's going to be absent in certain days. He's not going to be there.
Clear, right? Any woman with sense, right? Like, see, this is what I'm trying to understand. So in your opinion, right? Because to me, a husband is already a provider.
I was gonna say that too. Go ahead.
No, he is, but there's a difference. Go ahead, yeah.
Oh, well, help me understand your perspective, because to me,
okay. So look, so you have a husband. He is providing.
Okay.
But he's a little bit more hands-on compared to the one who's funding 99% of everything. He's working every single day, 12 hours a day, or he's off on the shipyard, or let's say he's a millionaire. Look, Gary Owen said, I was out of town, man. I'm chasing shows, this and that. I pay for everything. I pay for this. I pay for that. So the thing about that is he's not there all the time. So the kids are going to feel some kind of way. So the thing is, I say you can't have both. When people strive for, when women strive and they want millionaires, they want men with money, they want men to provide 99%, take of the blunt of the financial responsibility. There's some sacrifices. So that's what
I want to say this, Hakeem. So you say as a provider, he doesn't have the traits of being a good husband.
No, he's still a good husband. You just not gonna get 100% of the time.
Well, anybody thinking they're gonna get 100% of anybody's time in a marriage is, I don't really.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
everybody's expectations is different, right? So with that being said, let me say this. Any reasonable person understands that the person outside grinding is not going to always be in the home, right? I am never one of them women that I've never said, you work too much. I will never get in the front of a man's money. But let's be clear. We are talking about niggas who have money, who have access to make sure that they can spend time with their children and all that. That is different from a man who don't have that luxury. Like, I don't be understanding what we be talking about. Now, okay, I'm sorry. So this is the thing, right? We're going to keep it real, right? The average man ain't trying to be up under their damn children when they super young 24/7. Niggas not really built like that. Times are changing. Men are beginning to understand the importance of being present. This is something new for a lot of men. I don't care what the race is. This is something that is new for a lot of men. Do I expect my man to want to be up under tiny ass children that's it's a part of them that ain't really necessarily always built for that? And that is okay. The problem is people are demonizing it. It is not a bad thing. It is about us trying to gain an understanding. It take more than what we doing, man. These twerk offs ain't fucking working. It is not a bad thing that a man don't want to sit up under a tiny baby all day. It's not a bad thing. But we are beginning to have more awareness of the importance of presence. Just because a nigga got money, stop that twerking, Hakeem. I don't want to see that alopata twerk. That shit. Hakeem, I love him.
I'm asking you, answering my question. You just answered my question.
See, but this is the thing, and I hate to generalize, but generally speaking, we have time for what we want. We make time for what we want.
Whoa.
Right?
Thank you.
Don't do that to me, baby.
Listen. Aside from working, we make time for what we want.
Preach.
Don't do that to me, baby.
Listen, you ain't gonna tell me a nigga out here chasing ass, out here doing whatever he want to do. I don't want to hear it. This is different. Listen, this is different from a man. Hakeem, first of all, I know your heart. For the sake of clarity, y'all, Hakeem is a nigga that I'm talking about when he work. All he do is work, really, to be honest with you.
I'm just like Ronnie.
Ain't nobody talking about men like y'all who y'all the average man that's out here busting y'all ass working. We talking about millionaires who have access to money to fly children in, fly them out. If y'all want to have this whole community of goddamn baby mamas, you have the resources to even put all them chicks in one fucking house.
Preach.
So why are we comparing the average man who got to work 2, possibly 3 jobs, who constantly grinding, who come home tired and sometimes ain't able to tend to the baby as much as they would like because they're exhausted? We're not talking about these men. So you got to stop that, Hakeem. I understand your heart, babe, but we got to stop that.
It seemed like
I understand what you say, because like I said, I'm in this situation. I'm doing this. I'm working overnight.
You got a lot going on, right?
I have a wife. I'm managing very well, and I know I gotta find a way to keep managing it once this gets better.
And you also love the experience of putting your baby on your chest. So even if you fall asleep and you able to be with that baby for at least 10 minutes to have that skin-to-skin contact because they super small, that matters. The problem is people want to keep demonizing. Men becoming more aware of the importance of presence is honestly, and this just personal opinions are, it's fairly new. It's fairly new, right? Because it's always been men go out and work. This is why a man could come home, get in his little person, his little recliner, that chair that nobody touched, crack open a beer, watch TV, and nobody bother him, right? So this stuff is new. Why we got to demonize one another? We having these twerk offs.
I want to say there's sometimes my wife is at work and I'm doing this. There's sometimes I'm talking. I got my baby right here. I'm feeding her, putting my girl to sleep.
Look at Just Hear Me Out. Just Hear Me Out is one of the few men that's being honest. Most men ain't trying to deal with babies tiny like that. Y'all be up there gagging and shit, changing a diaper, and you're heaving, and and I'm being general, y'all. I'm cracking jokes, but y'all understand what I'm saying. But that is okay, right? But the problem is we have to keep getting into these things where it's like, no, we more important. No, she more important. Like, all that shit is weird, man. At the end of the day, people got to figure out how to take one for the team and make everything work. But for men that's out here making time for ass, making time for all this weird shit, hanging out with homeboys and video game night and all this old weird shit, I don't want to hear nothing from them, man. I don't want to hear shit.
But we're not talking about the aspect of a newborn or a baby. 1 to 5, we're talking about when they are like of age, like let's say 10 years old, going into their teens.
Even then, the average man will make time for what he wants. They slave the coochie. So what we talking about? Just like Sugar Mom just said, most women in America have to work. The average woman ain't at home all the time. It's a lot. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of homemakers, housewives, whatever y'all want to call them, stay-at-home mom, da. There are a good amount of them, but the average woman have to go outside too. To me, it's just social. It's just a social. It's more of a social thing, like with men being present. Men are just, a lot of people are just becoming more aware of the importance of men being present, not just providing resources. This is why I keep trying to remind men that y'all more than a dick and wallet, but many men will continue to deduce themselves to a dick and wallet. So I'm going to go on mute and hear y'all thoughts.
Yeah, I'll say Hassan and Ruthless, what is your thoughts? Do you have any thoughts?
Go ahead, Ruthless.
So, this is an interesting conversation, right? Very interesting, because but the only thing that's wrong with it is it's a single mama epidemic. It's pretty serious. So when we're talking about families staying together, is very minority now, and the ones who are working it out are working this thing out. I believe they're doing what it takes. But ultimately, if when you get married and you take on responsibility of a household, any man, it's a lot, right? Because it's just no way that you're going to be able to be 100% everywhere. You could be 40% here, 20% here, 30% there, and just try to balance it out. I hope you have an understanding woman or wife who can improvise, right? Who improvise for you. I really can't. Millionaires, right? They're who they are. They got too much money, so in their mind, I guess that's why a lot of them divorce, right? A lot of men are divorced because they don't really have to hear anything, right? It's too much money. But back to the average guy is going to work, especially in this day's economy, is going to have to work between 9 to 12 hours to stay ahead of the curve, get the retirement together, kids college together, so both of y'all at age 50 something, and the woman, she's working too, right? Both of y'all fighting for economic freedom, right? And that is the ultimate goal. The kids, we got 5 years. The mother usually the biggest part for 5 years, then until she sends them off to school. Then once they go to school, they're at school pretty much 6-7 hours a day.
Yes.
If not more. Now they even more now because now they got after school programs where
Correct.
when the kid gets out of school, now they go to this after school program. So one of the parents pick them out 5:36, bring them home, the dad come home. So yeah, America is such a very expensive place to live. It's just the kids are going to have to grow up faster. It's just the way it's going to have to be. And I hate to say it, but it's just the way it's going because the way the economy is setting itself, the way we all we love our kids, but we're trying to retire too. I ain't trying to work till I die, and my wife ain't trying to work till she dies. So it's a give and take, it's a push and pull thing, and all we can do is just work with each other and fight through it.
Hassan, any thoughts?
Yeah, real quick on Just Jay. She said the rich people, and you can correct me. I don't want to put words in your mouth. The rich people have time and stuff, right? And they do. Like they should spend more time. And the ones don't have that money, they didn't make the best out of it, So and then again, everybody's different. Some people they do have the time, or they just don't want to, or they do want to. Everybody. Some people are just fucked up, and some people don't deserve to be parents. But it is what it is. You can't. So you can't. It's out of your control. Only That's all I gotta say.
Hassan, for the sake of clarity, and shout out to It Is What It Is TV. But for the sake of clarity, I don't remember exactly what I said, but for me, the implication is because let's be clear, celebrities are like. They have a lot going on in regards to, meeting deadlines, meeting contracts and stuff. So I'm not trying to minimize the demand, right? What I'm saying is they have more money and more resources to make those connections happen. You know what I'm saying? Versus a regular person. I can't, tell somebody, hey, go schedule that private jet because I want my child on the road with me. That's what I'm saying. So I won't act as if they have a ton of time, but they have more resources to